Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another One Piece review. This week we're reviewing chapter 1016. It's me, Otama. I'm your host, Mr. Lyn and Christian, joined by my guy, as always, Mr. Christian Hollinger. Christian, how you doing this week? Solid
Doing
chapter.
well.
Not too. I'm not gonna say it was like gas. It was some mid.
I'll give it high ball. I'll give it like a 7.
That's what I was thinking.
More honest, like a 6.8.
I could go to you could even tell me it's a 6. Like I'm with you. 6.8. I like 6.5, 6.8. That's where I'm at. But if someone was like it's a 6, I could listen to that for sure.
Yeah.
But before we get into the review, and the way we do reviews, just quick brief summary, then we dive into each portion of the chapter and break it down. I want to tell you, man, the anime's looking good right now. I watched that new episode. It was animated beautifully, but the thing that I loved was that they went intricately into certain smaller details that weren't in the manga, like seeing Luffy say why he was gonna wear that his outfit or whatever, seeing some Zoro Sanji interaction. It felt like, okay, maybe the anime for the first time, and maybe this is because I am reading it week to week now, to where like the filler doesn't feel like filler. It feels like how it actually needs to be.
Yeah, at this point, I think that there's been a decision that's been made where they're saying, okay, One Piece has always pretty much handled their filler pretty well, but they're saying, okay, we are going to use filler, and they've been doing this all Wano, but even more apparent now, to fill in some of those blanks, as you were saying from the chapter. So, Zoro's talking about, I got to go break this new sword in some more. So again, we already know that he was training with Momo before, but he's saying like, I'm still, getting used to this a little bit. So, to me, it's a callback. We now know that Emma works as a curse blade, essentially. So when he got Sandai Kitetsu, he had to kind of break that in. So it's nice to kind of see, okay, he didn't just immediately master it overnight. Again, we get to see Nami and Robin interact. We get to see Frankie pretty much boast about the atom wood on the Mary, and how, at first he was freaking out because of the bomb, and then he was like, oh, I'm just kidding. You used a normal bomb, so really all we had to do is take care of the cells. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember if they explained that that's why they were late in the manga.
I think they did, but it wasn't to that degree.
It wasn't to that degree. So we actually got to see where the Straw Hats were when the Sunny was bombed. And
we definitely didn't get to see their camp. They're like them camping out, waiting. Like we did not see that. And we didn't see Sachi, Beppo, and Penguin be like, yo, we felt bad about what we did. So we're here. We're going to protect our captain.
And seeing Sachi.
A good look for the Law Pirates,
Seeing Sachi and Penguin as swordsmen cutting cannonballs, I was like, maybe I haven't been paying attention because they've just been background characters, but like, has this been the case the whole time? Like, has Law been like, yo, I'm gonna teach y'all useless people how to use the sword? Because they looked actually impressive, even though, they're still background. We still haven't even seen their eyes. Like, the hats still shade their faces. It's like they're not even going into detail, but we're still gonna show you that they can be some badasses too. To your point about Luffy putting on the coat, oftentimes in the anime and in the manga, we just see like the Straw Hats don new outfits. This makes me feel like Luffy wearing the black coat is a permanent thing from this point. Like, I got Naruto during the Sage arc with the red coat. This is monumental. This is showcasing something. This is a Bleach Soul Reaper being promoted to captain and getting, donning that white trench coat.
Felt like Roger, man.
Major moment. This is where Luffy's saying like, yo, I've advanced. I feel like he's earned the trench coat. We look at admirals, they've got the cool trench coat. We look at Roger, we look at Shanks, we look at Mihawk. They all have this distinguishing, feature, and it feels like Luffy is like, I am aware that I'm here. Mm-hmm. And so it feels permanent. I really feel like that black trench coat is here to stay, and I'm with it.
I'm with it too. I liked it. That's why I had to just bring that up real quick. Shout out to the anime because it's really good right now, and it makes me think like the last month of us doing these reviews with the chapters we've gotten from like 1,000 to now. That's gonna be insane. Like week to week, that's crazy. Like you gotta applaud them, and I feel like they know what they have. That's why they're not messing it up. So like I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's get into this chapter. Basically, real quick, brief summary. We stop off with Toko and Hitetsu talking about, the fire festivals for the dead people watching us. You know, your father's probably watching down. Meanwhile, we get like menacing. We even get like the menacing like bubbles of like Onigashima's like, yo, we're kind of over y'all, so y'all need to be worried. Y'all need to look up. It's pretty soon, but.
Right.
We then cut to CP0, who's talking about the balance of the fight, which I thought was very interesting. We then cut to Bao Huang, like saying we're going to break their spirits, but then Usopp and Nami interfere. And then Ulti interferes with them interfering. And then Nami and Zeus basically go ham and take out Ulti. We then get Otama talking through the messed up Mary after Usopp hit her with a pop green, through connecting to her troops, and then Sanji's like, oh, that's Otama. And then basically we get to the roof and Kaido and Yamato have some conversation. Brief summary. So where do you want to start in the beginning? Your boy Zoro got a cover art, but I don't think this applies to your ZKK theory.
No. This one is purely a callback to when Zoro told Raizo to get stabbed in a ceiling. So I think that this was purely just a callback. You know, we know all men in One Piece love ninjas. So Zoro's specific request was get stabbed in the ceiling. So that's all that is. I jokingly try and make ZKK references. No, at this point, I am completely on board with Luffy's going to defeat Kaido, Zoro's going to kill him, which I'm going to kind of explain later when we get to the Yamato Kaido communication. But at this point, that's where I'm at. Zoro's going to make sure that Kaido is no longer a threat beyond this arc, but I'm thinking it's going to be up to Luffy to actually defeat him, which is kind of obvious. I mean, that's how One Piece goes. But yeah, that's it for the cover story for me. So, we can kind of start from the beginning. This Fire Festival artwork looks great.
It does.
People look great. We get to see Robin's mentor for the what do you call it?
For the geisha stuff.
For the geisha, she's here jumping in the air, excited. You really get that feeling. You can even hear the music because One Piece music is very iconic. So as I was reading these panels, I could literally hear the Fire Festival. The guys playing the drums. So I love that. I love seeing Toko smile. Because we know that last time we saw her,
she wasn't
doing smiling because she has to, but it wasn't genuine. This is again a very genuine moment, and I've taken a very fond liking to Toko. So I was pleased to see that. I was pleased to see Hitetsu of all people was the one who was monitoring her. So he seems to have some kind of bond to little girls, not in a weird way, but in a like paternal way. So that was also really nice. And as you were saying, Onigashima is looming in the distance. It's approaching. So you have that kind of dynamic contrast. I feel
like Toko was there with everybody before the battle, and like Tetsu's like, I'm not going anywhere, so I guess I'll stay and babysit this kid. And Tama must have just escaped him. Bad babysitter, man. Letting Tama escape and get to Onigashima. Like, what? Like, she should not be there. But if she wasn't, it wouldn't be pretty for him because CP0 basically talks about that in the next couple panels.
And to talk on Tama, the title reminds me of Luffy, the way he answers the phone. It's like, "Oi, it's me, Luffy." And the title is, "It's me, Tama." So, that's hilarious because Tama really does not need to be on Onigashima, except she absolutely does need to be on Onigashima because of her power. It's perfect for this scenario, and it's broken in this scenario. So that's great.
And how do you feel about CP0's just kind of chilling in the background? Like, I think I feel like this is majority of my day. I'm just like, all right, yeah, Luffy and them, they beat the Toby Ropo, they beat the headliners, they beat Kaido. It's kind of game over. But then as the day continues, I just remember, oh, but wait, the Big Mom Pirates are there. And then like right before I go to sleep, I remember, wait, CP0 is there. So like, huh? Do you think they make a move, or is this the way we get the Marines here? Like at the end, they're like, hey, yeah, it's open season, government, come get these resources, and then Marines pop up.
Exactly what you just said, along the lines of possibly a buster call. Maybe they get, the Marines in here, but CP0.
You think they buster? See, I don't think they buster call. I think they're trying to get that sea prism stone. I think they're gonna just Orochi it.
Without a doubt, I think they're trying to get some of these materials, but at the same time, I mean, Sea Prism Stone is super powerful, and CP0 probably has access to the Marines. So, well, probably they obviously do. So, like, Buster calling the island, not saying that they absolutely would, but the Sea Prism Stone wouldn't get destroyed because apparently that stuff is indestructible. So, could they just retrieve that from the wreckage? Possibly. But CP0 absolutely is just sitting back saying, we are going to take out whoever the victor is. We're just waiting. They, I kind of dislike them because they're just sitting around waiting to take advantage, but that's their tactical mentality.
And we still don't know who these ones are, which is very interesting.
I still, maybe I haven't paid enough attention, but I really want to know, like, where does Lucci rank within CP0? Because if I'm not mistaken, Kaku and Lucci are part of CP0.
They are.
So we obviously know that this mask guy is not Lucci.
No.
So
who is
I'm
he?
curious, who is he? Because I don't believe he's Bueno or Khalifa.
I don't believe he's any of the people we met from Water 8. Yeah. I mean, Water 7.
I believe any of them are even in CP0? Because I remember the cover story, they were actually being hunted when they failed as CP9.
But see, at Reverie, they were definitely CP0.
Right.
So I don't know where they rank. Yeah, so these people might be, we're gonna find out. It's just when.
I get the sense that this mustache guy is serious business, though. I mean, his cool, calm demeanor this entire time. When we saw flashbacks of him dealing with Orochi, he's never fazed by anything. So he's definitely giving me off big boss vibes.
Is this Denjiro's fight? We talked about this off air.
Zero?
Yeah, I'm just question, just a question.
I mean, it's hard for me to say that right now because I don't know what Denjiro's beef with CP0 would be. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't even know who they are. So, like, sure, if they cause an issue at some point, Denjiro, could face off with them, but there's no lore or buildup for
that'd be random. All right.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like, oh, Denjiro stumbled upon him and it's like, oh, what are you guys doing? I'm gonna take you out. It could happen, but it's a little too unplanned.
Stretching. Well, the next thing we got is basically the Zeus Nami situation. About we talked about it, about how he was eaten and the soul escaped at the right moment into Nami's climate tech. So now Nami has her upgrade, so to speak. Gonna be interesting to see how long this lasts for. Seems like this is a series thing. So if this is a series thing, this makes me think Big Mom does not die.
I mean, we've discussed this before. It's weird because the homies are made of Big Mom's soul. We don't know what that means if Big Mom perishes. Does that mean that these souls are separate from Big Mom and therefore are to some degree autonomous, which means that if Big Mom dies,
they live on
still just, a living portion of Big Mom's soul who isn't literally Big Mom, but is empowered by Big Mom. Does that mean that the Viver card that Nami has would immediately burn up? Yes. So then does that mean that she loses control of Zeus? possibly, but Zeus actually likes Nami, and his will is obviously not Big Mom's will, because he at this point has straight up said, I am the right hand of Nami.
Yeah, he did.
I have betrayed Big Mom of my own volition and do not want to go back. She created Hera and tried to eat me. So I do not care for her. And if this is just, Big Mom's soul, so it has to be essentially Big Mom, then it's like, well, that's not the case here. Zeus is not completely tethered to Big Mom, even though
That's true.
he is. So we don't really know what that means. And with his soul now encompassing Nami's, staff, does this mean that he's now tethered to Nami? I don't know. Does this mean that maybe Big Mom doesn't die anytime soon? And again, this is kind of weird because I don't really care if Nami gets major hockey. But considering hockey is the soul or spirit, what if Nami starts to imbue her staff with her own hockey at some point, and then that infuses with Zeus, and so Zeus now is feeding more so off of I am all over the place, Nami's hockey, spirit, soul, whatever, and that becomes his energy source, so to speak. I don't know. It's very interesting, especially because apparently at this point, Zeus says, let me see specifically where he says this. Let's see.
But you're 100% right. He did say he's the right hand of Nami. He's like,
right.
He's betraying Big Mom. This is his will and all of that. So it's a very interesting thing. Like, I don't think Nami has this for the rest of her life, but like for the rest of while this is going down, while Luffy's trying to be Pirate King, I assume she has to.
Right. And this is the quote that Zeus says. He says, the moment that happened, my soul slipped out of my original body. I was barely conscious. So let's see. She says, it seems to have pushed me into this baton. And we see that the baton now is essentially moving and animated. So Zeus himself is no longer a thundercloud.
And then he said his soul. It's not big.
Right. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's there's an autonomy here that says that he's not just a tool of Big Mom who's emulating Big Mom's will. He himself has come into his own, as if he's like a child of Big Mom, which you can make the parallel to. Like, Big Mom or a mother gives birth to their children. That means you share DNA, you share correlations, but you are not your mother. So the homies are not Big Mom, but they were given life by Big Mom. Ergo, Big Mom. She's a mom of all of her children and of all of her homies. So it's interesting because it seems as though Zeus is no longer a thundercloud. He's literally her baton, her climate tag. And this gets interesting as we move on. The humor is excellent, where Zeus says, oh shit, I forgot. You haven't forgiven me yet. But the problem is I can't get back out without Mama's power. So it's like, okay, obviously if Big Mom sees this, she's not going to be pleased, and she's going to try and rip Zeus's soul out of the baton, and she has the ability to rip Zeus's soul out of the baton. But also, we were discussing this previously. It seems like Big Mom should know where the fragments of her soul are.
Yep.
So the fact that she isn't aware that Zeus is still alive and is still active is weird to me, unless this genuinely means like Zeus is now his own being. Like, he's slowly but surely transforming out of Big Mom's soul into a unique soul presence where, maybe he's separated. But then that says he's sticking with Nami. And it's like, okay, do we really want to give Nami the power up of having Big Mom essentially being her power source for the rest of the series? I don't know how I feel about that.
And that's why I had to ask, man. It's a very tricky situation with dealing with Nami. Obviously, Nami's not the character that we expect to, do me. So I'm not upset with this by any means, but it's just interesting how this is supposed to work looking forward to dealing with Blackbeard, to dealing with Sama? Like, does she still have this when they're fighting the Marines? Like, and what does that say about Big Mom? Does she still have this when they fight Blackbeard? Like,
I don't know, but
I feel like this might be Wano only, and I wouldn't be mad at that.
I don't know. Like, I've said this before, Zeus has spent too much time with Nami at this point for it to be temporary, in my opinion. It's very weird because I don't know. I think Big Mom is still going to be active in Elbath. So with that being said, Nami would still have the Beaver card. Zeus would still, be around. But I just don't see, as I was saying earlier, that it was kind of a stretch. I just don't see Nami developing haki outside of observation haki. And the climb attack is cool. No doubt Frankie or Usopp, specifically Usopp, will probably advance it more and more as the arcs continue. But I just don't see Nami getting that much stronger of her own volition from a combat standpoint. So she's going to need help in the case of someone like Zeus. So to kind of move on so that I can get into more of this Zeus, we see that Bao Huang is making her assessments about what's going on, and Ulti pops up. Crazy durability from this Flying Six Zoan Devil Fruit user. I mean, I don't know if this is a grammatical error, not a grammatical error, a drawing error, or if she literally regenerated. But that mazer, it is the mazer laser, right?
Oh yeah, the mazer cannon. I'm trying to see.
Mazer cannon, yeah. It put a hole in Ulti's body. And
yeah, I don't see the
I was
hole.
looking here, I'm not seeing a hole. So I don't think that, she's like regenerated like a Logia per se,
yeah,
or a Wolverine. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, she kind of looks okay here outside of, being damaged, I guess, to some degree. So we get, again, we get Nami getting very upset as Ulti kidnaps Tama and starts yelling at her that it's her fault that, everyone's switching sides and that Pepe got hurt. And then we see Zeus transform his body into essentially Kaido / Yamato's club. Like, is this a Yonko thing where they like to use spiked clubs, or like why did he choose that form?
Maybe he thought that would do the most damage. Who knows? You got to think he's just been up on Roof Piece watching Kaido go ham. So maybe he's like, yo, I'm gonna just give Nami this. Like, I saw this.
Right.
This will work.
I said earlier in the group chat, Zeus in this chapter is what a lot of people thought Emma is for Zoro. And it's like, look, I think Oda's saying there's a difference here, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. This is definitely someone else's power given to Nami. Okay?
That's a fact.
There's definitely a difference here. Ulti tanks this blow, though, which I completely buy, because I don't expect Zeus to be able to use his new body that efficiently. And
Nami's not packing no power behind it.
Nami's not packing any power. So, I mean, it hits Ulti, and I do expect this to pretty much take out anyone beneath Flying 6 level effectively, because, I mean, it is Zeus. But Ulti tanks this because, again, armament haki, high caliber fighter. So it's not enough. She severely hurts Usopp, but Usopp still has enough time to use his Sargasso ammunition to create that giant plant-based
like hedge almost to separate.
Hedge, yeah, that kind of like explodes and separates Tama from Ulti. And this is where it gets very interesting, because again, here we go. We've seen Nami use Thunderbolt Tempo multiple times. And this is where I got really interested in, Zeus, because Zeus said earlier in this chapter, I can't separate myself without Big Mom's power. So when we get here and she says weather egg, it looks like Zeus, the cloud, comes back out. But is that Zeus? Because he said he can't separate himself.
That's probably just Zeus taking the form of the weather egg. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Since he's the Climatact, is it everything inside the Climatact is him? So technically he could be the Weather Egg as well?
I'm thinking so. Like, we don't really get to see the Climatact, but I
After
wouldn't be surprised if Zeus is still on the Climatact and he made a cloud-like Weather Egg that has his face as well. But it kind of answers its own question because Nami uses does she call it Thunderbolt Tempo?
no, she just says the straight Zeus lightning blast.
Yeah. So she calls Zeus Fluff, and Zeus just completely ignores that. It's like, I'm Zeus, the right hand of Nami. He gave her a chance to rename him. Guess he just didn't like the name. So he's like, F
I don't
that.
blame him.
I'm
I wouldn't
Zeus.
have chose Fluff.
Right. You know, so that to me was absolutely hilarious. I am the mighty Zeus, right arm of Nami, prepare for pain. So Nami's like, all right, fine, whatever, go Zeus. She misses, which we expect because Ulti is a speed demon. But this is what's interesting. Zeus is lightning now. Not only is he a cloud, not only is he the baton, but he himself curves the lightning and is able to catch Ulti off guard by saying, my job's not done until I land the attack. Which is also, again, it's a mixed bag for me. So Nami doesn't even have to aim now. Like, she can just use the lightning, and if she misses, Zeus will just be like, oh, I'll handle hitting the target for you. So it's like, you're really taking Nami's abilities out of the question here. Zeus is doing all the work.
Like, how? And I feel Oda on this one because it's like, man, like, all right, so if I was gonna make Nami stronger, I'd have did it in Totland, but in Totland we didn't really. I feel him like he has no other choice. Like this is the only option he has. But I understand why you and some fans would be like, this is a little frustrating because now Nami just has insta kill Zeus now pretty much for anyone that's like at I'm
saying like Toby Roppo level.
Yeah, Toby Roppo level. Well, I don't know if it's killing who's who in Sasaki, but like at least at Ulti level.
I mean, this would hurt who's who in Sasaki. I'm not saying it would one-shot them. It one-shotted Ulti because of the Mazer Cannon and because of, she's sustained multiple damage. I mean, Luffy practically knocked her out. Then Yamato came in and one-shotted her. Then Big Mom beat the crap out of her. And now she's getting hit by Big Mom's power again.
That is true.
So
this isn't really Nami's dub either.
It's really not. And like I've said this in previous arcs, previous chapter reviews, but it's like, okay, I'm okay with it from the perspective of Cat Burglar. You stole Zeus. I'm okay with that. And it makes sense if you stole something from a Yonko moving forward. But not in this way, though. This is like nothing. It's like if Nami used her, I've said this plenty of times before, if she used her Mirage tempo, if she did something that was uniquely hers and then used Zeus, it's like, okay, I see a collaboration between Nami and Zeus. This was just, go Zeus, handle this for me. And Zeus is like, yes, I will. So it's like,
it really was.
Summoning jutsu? It's like, imagine Naruto summoning Gamabunta and then just sitting down and being like, Gamabunta, you beat pain for me.
And he just whoops ass.
Like when we saw Naruto versus Gar, Gamabunta helped him, but Naruto was still putting in work. This is Nami used the summoning jutsu and then is sipping some tea and like.
I'll give Usopp some credit for this dub because like Usopp actually did some stuff.
Usopp did something, yes. This and to your point earlier, it's like I don't know how many more arcs we're gonna have. I'm completely okay with Usopp not coming off as that much Goten and Wano because I believe he's gonna get excellent treatment the same way Zoro's getting in Wano and Elbaf.
Same.
He's going to glow up. We're probably going to get something on the level of like literally Sniper King, where he was, sniping from the Enies Lobby Tower, which was, I think, thousands of yards away from his target. So
and the Dressrosa target was even crazier.
And, and his observation hockey kicked in there. So I have no doubt in Elbaf, Usopp's going to be going crazy. But what arc does Nami have coming forward? I mean, sure, Oda can make it, but this late in the series, a glow up for Nami where
Seems
she
like
just
seems
starts.
like Arlong was her shot.
I mean, everyone has a pre-time skip arc and some kind of continuation of some degree, I believe, post-time skip. But like, I just don't see an arc where Nami glows up like that. So it's like, is Zeus her glow up? And if it is, right now, it's not being handled the way I like, which is why I keep bringing up this notion of somehow Zeus becomes tethered to Nami's soul, where like I would actually like for Zeus to lose his potency. Like, what if the lightning attack that we see right now is obviously powered by Big Mom? So what if Zeus is like, I'm going to give up all of the soul that I have left in me that came from Big Mom, and I'm just going to start feeding off of yours, which is why I'm saying, like, if Nami gets Haki and imbues it into her weapon, that's where I'm going. And then, downgrade Zeus and then build him back up to where we get this. And then we can say, okay, this is coming from Nami. It's not Big Mom level because she's not Big Mom, nor will she ever be Big Mom level. But we can then say, okay, Zeus is now tethered to Nami.
And see, I love your idea, but then my devil's advocate would just be like, what does that mean for the devil fruit? Does that mean that anybody can do this? Like, how does Big Mom's fruit work? And it's just like,
right. I don't know.
That's why I'm just like, this is it, brother.
Like,
this is Nami's
like,
glow up.
I'm reaching at straws here, but like maybe like Frankie and Usopp, I believe, worked on the climate tech. I don't think it was just Usopp, although I think Usopp is the one who created the first one.
He created the first one, yeah.
Maybe like this is really stretching, but like
because see, also now to before you even say that, I'm thinking they can't even work on it anymore because it's Zeus. Like it's a living thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So this is a stretch, but maybe Brooke comes in and can separate Zeus and be like, well, let's work individually. Like I will work on the soul components of Zeus and reconfigure them based on like Frankie and it. But that's still like we're talking about the metaphysics of a soul.
Yeah, we're deep in the weeds. We're deep in the weeds on this one.
I got a pull from somewhere that I don't know. So I have mixed feelings about it. Of course, I like the action that we got, but I don't like necessarily what it means for Nami going forward.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Especially because we haven't seen things like Mirage Tempo. You have other things other than Thunderbolt Tempo, and all you've been using before and after getting Zeus is Thunderbolts. Like, use these other things. Use your other iterations of the weather. Like, so, I don't know, man.
It's fair. It's fair. And the only thing I can see this as is Oda like, look, dogs, look. I just gave y'all roof peace. You better accept Nami with Zeus for a little bit.
Right.
I'm spending all my time figuring out how Luffy's gonna get back on that fucking roof.
just accept it. So I'm trying to roll with it. It's okay. Like I said, I like it and I don't like it at the same time. So I can't complain too much.
But that's why we're here. We got to be honest. Like not everything about One Piece is perfect, and this is one of those moments. But I do like Usopp then getting Bao Huang for Tama to give her a little speech next chapter. So that's great. Look, Usopp, like I said, Usopp's killing this right now, man. Like Usopp, lo and behold, as much as I'm a Sanji guy, even though Sanji got a big episode last week or a big chapter last week, Usopp is probably like, if I had to rank the Straw Hats right now in the Onigashima War, Luffy gets a 10, Zoro gets a 10. I would say the next person, Frankie, maybe. Frankie ran over Big Mom. He had some moments.
Definitely Frankie. Yeah.
I'd say Frankie right then at like a 9.
I'll tie Sanji with Frankie.
Oh, you tie. See, I was gonna put Usopp over Sanji just right now at this particular moment.
If you like, okay, we have to remember Sanji. We a lot of people, I would say, I personally, I don't, but a lot of people take away Sanji because we know that he's a primary combatant and he hasn't really been doing it. But we also know that Sanji is a nuanced character. So I give him credit for Robin, even though I
Okay.
don't like how.
So you're giving
you know,
him credit for that. All right, well then
I give him credit for
then he's on
that
Frankie level right now for sure.
because I mean he does, take care of Robin. I had to take away from him for trying to go get prostitutes in the middle of a war, but it does build up to I trust Robin, and Robin, appreciated that. So I give him credit for that. He was cool with saving Momo. He was the only one of the Straw Hats who could have done that. So you have to give him credit for that.
True.
He is now finally going up against Queen, and he took care of Pearl Sparrow with that. So I have to give him credit for that.
True.
So if we're gonna give Frankie credit for riding on Big Mom and being a complete Chad, and then practically off-screening Sasaki, although we do finally get to see
he's alive.
He's alive, and he seems to just be kind of injured. He doesn't even seem to be that messed up in this picture.
But he's not in Rhino. He's not in Triceratops.
He's not in Rhino form, and Frankie doesn't. Every time we see him, he seems to be chilling for the most part. His armor is still intact. So, I'm gonna tie Sanji with Frankie.
All right, that's fair. I was about to do some clown stuff and say Usopp over Sanji, but you're right. There are like moments
Usopp because Usopp's ever since Dressrosa, he's been at least consistent. He may not have been shining,
and that's why I'm not mad at him. My guy sniped 5 people on the way in. He was sniping people on the way. Like he was doing what he like. At least I can say this. Exactly. Like Usopp might not contribute a lot, but he does. He's consistent. He's that guy on the basketball court that's like the 9th guy in the rotation that like comes in, can get you 8 to 15 points max. You don't expect the 15, but if he gets it, cool. All you need him to do is really get that 8. Whereas Sanji's a starter who is really a third option, who needs to get 15 to 25. And right now he had about 18, 19. Like Sanji got to step it up. Now when he gets that Queen dub, that'll put him to 25. And then if he beats King 2, that'll put, but like, I can't be mad at Usopp. Usopp's done his job right now. If the war ended and they said, "Oh, it's over," I would say Usopp did his job.
Yeah. Usopp is if I don't even know how you would come up with a percentage for this, but every time Usopp is in a panel, he's doing something relevant, and that's what I like to see from any Straw Hat. If you're gonna be on the screen, I need you to be doing something. Mm-hmm. And that's why I was kind of triggered with Sanji for a while, because when I was reading some of these bubbles, it's like a few dozen minutes earlier, and it's like, okay, well, Sanji's still in the same spot. Okay, Sanji wrapped up Zoro. Zoro told him to go to the live floor. 2 chapters go by, he's still not on the live floor. So it's like, Usopp, when he's on the screen, he's doing something.
Yeah.
Moving the plot forward, and I like that.
That's why I can't be mad at him. He saved Tama. He got Tama to give this speech. And, this is cool to get the fodder out of here.
Mm-hmm. And I love again the humor of Bao Huang, where she's not recognizing that everything that she says is being broadcast. So she's trying to break the Straw Hat and the Pirate Alliance spirits, but she ends up announcing what's happening in front of her, actually breaking the spirits of some of the Kaido subordinates. So that to me was hilarious. And to see the Flying Six's reaction, they, I think, are starting to freak out. Sasaki is like, yo, this shouldn't be happening. Like, I'm actually struggling with Frankie. And now you're telling me 2 Flying Six members are down? What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Who's like, I can't get past Jinbei. He actually looks roughed up. Sasaki doesn't look as roughed up.
I'd say Who's Who looks the worst.
Who's Who still looks bad, and he's like, okay, this isn't going as I like.
But Sasaki's sweating.
No, Sasaki's definitely sweating, but he doesn't and he has a little, maybe blood or scratches under where his jaw connects to his neck. But Who's Who seems to be bleeding from the nose, possibly the eye and the mouth.
Yep.
And then Black Maria looks straight up pissed. She's like, what the hell is the rest of these guys doing? I have my hands full with Robin and Brooke. You're telling me 2 of us got knocked out, so they don't look pleased. The fodder, they're broken for the most part. Usopp, like I said, the fact that he took a headbutt from Ulti and he's still up.
You gotta give my guy credit for that, man.
Like
Usopp is.
I was waiting for this when he was getting trained by Hercules and he got like really fat and then he worked it off and turned it into muscle. At first, I was upset when he was acting a little, scary, and then like, he would get hit and he looked like he was taking a lot of damage. Now it's like, okay, I see the 2-year time skip. He's not out. He's taken a lot of damage this arc, and he's still moving.
He's still here. I love it. I love it. They're building him to be able to beat Van Auger. Like, maybe by the end of this, I'll believe it. Like, before this arc, it was like, I don't know. But like...
And speaking of Van Auger, like, I love the creativity of having Usopp use a slingshot. But I really...
You want him to get a gun?
Like, I don't care if he uses a slingshot for the rest of the arc. But just give him a Glock, please.
See, that's an interesting thing. I don't think Usopp's ever going to get a gun.
I don't think he is either. I think he's going to be using special ammunition for the rest of the arc. But like, I really just want to see some raw shit, like from what was that? Was Gold Lion Shiki? That was, what was the name of that movie?
Oh, you talking about Strong World?
Strong World, yeah. You remember when they pulled up to the fort and everyone was using cannons or guns? I was like, that's raw. That was the first time I think we saw Luffy in the black trench coat.
Yep.
So that was raw. So I just for cool points.
See,
I don't care if he uses it proficiently, but just put a gun on his hip. Like Blackbeard. Blackbeard obviously uses devil fruits, but he's got 2 guns on his hip.
And he'll use them.
I mean, he uses them, but like, come on, man. Like, when he fights Yasopp, his father, eventually, I just, like, as creative as it is, I just don't want to see like Yasopp like using guns and
but they might wait. See, you just brought up a whole new. This turned into some Usopp shit. We're in the weeds on Usopp now, but fuck it, we're here. I think Usopp's gonna, if he gets a gun, it's when he beats his dad, he's gonna get his dad's guns.
Okay, I'm cool with that. All right, I'm cool with that.
And like when you said that, it just went in my head. If he gets them, that'll probably be when he does.
No, that actually makes perfect sense.
And you can tie it back to the Daddy Masterson stuff.
Yep, that's what I was thinking in my head. And like I said, I am perfectly fine with him using the slingshot, especially since it's not that little small green one anymore. It's an actual tall black one. We see that it requires his strength sometimes because he has to use like his foot to pull some of the big ammunition. So I'm cool with it. It's creative. For cool factors, I just want him to have a gun. I don't care if he uses it that frequently. But Tama announces using Bao Huang to everybody. And this is interesting because it's like Bao Huang says 2 of the Flying Six are down. And then because she says like, oh, who is this? Like, what is this monster? Eek. What is this monster? And we find out that it's actually Usopp using the Green Star Devil. And then Tama says, it's me, Tama. So it's like, does the rest of the people who don't know Tama think that Tama is like the monster who just defeated the 2 Flying Six? Because it's like, that would be really interesting if people are like, yo, Tama's the one taking us out? So I don't really know how to interpret that, but that is still hilarious to me. Seeing Speed and everyone else being like, hey, it's our master, excellent. We don't really get to see Queen's reaction, but we do see that he's distracted enough to be like, yo, what's going on? So that's great. We get to see Beppo, even though, again, Lost Crew is just underwhelming to me right now.
Yeah, he is. But just shout out, man. The anime did him justice. Shout out to Sachi, Penguin, and Beppo, man. They're doing stuff. The useless trio. Stuff. Like, we got the...
going to make them look good. I know.
We got the weakling trio. They're the useless trio, but I appreciate them. Y'all keep doing your stuff out there. I'm assuming they're taking out fodder. I assume they're like good for about 100 apiece. If Zoro's good for 10,000, like he said, or 2,000.
He said 2,000, which is hilarious to me because it's like, what kind of low balling are you doing, Zoro?
Yeah, that was some low ball because, like, I think Beppo and Sachi and Penguin could take out 100 apiece.
Luffy took out 10,000 with Conqueror's Haki and Fishman Island.
Mm-hmm.
Zoro and Sanji, y'all are in the multiple.
They got to be at 10,000 now.
Come on, like you throw. I say this all the time. one of the things I love to do in my own headcanon is throw any Straw Hat into Marineford where Luffy is. Like current Luffy in Marineford saves Ace easily. Like easily. They survive. Whitebeard freaking survives.
You
Current
think?
Luffy,
Wait,
think about it. Because it went
we're in the weeds, but I love it.
Everything that would have happened when Ace turns around to Sakazuki's
Oh yeah, observation. He
Luffy
out
would
of
be
there.
like, Ace, you're about to die.
He's
He wouldn't even ask
out
him.
of there.
Luffy
bro.
would just blitz Ace, grab him, Gear 4, fly out of there, being like, nope.
There's multiple ways current Luffy could stop that. Like with hockey block, observation, speed blitz him out of there. Gear 4.
It's either that or Luffy dies very quickly because the admirals realize he's way too much of a threat. Because if you actually think about it, he can use Conqueror's Haki at will. So he would have, if he can take out 10,000 in Fishman Island, Luffy would have just shown up, knocked out pretty much all the fodder immediately. Then Sakazuki, Kizaru, and Akainu would be like, I just said Sakazuki and Akainu. Aokiji would have been like, oh, no, kill him now. And they would have jumped immediately. So it's either he gets murked immediately because he's way too much of a threat, or because he's fighting Kaido and Big Mom and Roof Piece, it's like, yo, we actually can't just easily take him out. And somehow he saves Ace. Future Sight, you're not dying. That happens. He's probably like, there's no way Whitebeard's dying because Whitebeard only died because he was pissed that Ace died. He was like, okay, well then, fucking, I'm dying too then. I'm going out like a G. So Marineford changes. You throw current Zoro in there, come on, man. Unless Mihawk comes to handle him, that's a problem. Current Sanji in Marineford, that's a problem. I'm
okay,
just saying.
Are they with Luffy or is it them by themselves?
No. Individual.
No, Ace still dies with Sanji. Ace definitely
Ace,
still dies.
Ace still dies. Oh, he still dies with Zoro and Sanji.
And Sanji. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah.
But when we were talking,
it's different.
I brought this up for the 2000 thing. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, easily taking out more than 2,000 people at Marineford.
That's a
easily
fact.
taking out more than 2,000 people. If they were just fighting fodder, right now, when the CP0, they'd be like, well, Sanji took out 5,000 people already.
Yeah,
Zoro
just
already took out 6,500 people already.
You got to think Sanji took out 100 people just in that prostitution spot with all the Black Maria's men. You got to think he took out at least 100, maybe 50 if I'm lowballing it.
And that's just because he doesn't hit women. So if he wanted to, and he would have taken care of Black Maria too.
Yeah,
so
he would have.
2,000 is a hilarious lowball, but that was a side note.
Just shouting out Sachi, Beppo, and Penguin. I rock with y'all, man, because I am Team Law, and I like to see his club do well. But yikes, y'all are bad. Also, the anime showed Kids Crew. Where those fuckers at?
I don't even know who like two of those people are. I think that's the first time we saw the rest of them. And then why was Kid doing all the work? Like his crew didn't do shit. They was just chilling. Like, what the hell can Heat and Wire do at this point?
Nothing. But hey, they can't do shit. But at least he has Killer. Law don't have a killer. Law doesn't have Killer or Zoro. So
because I don't even think Sulong Beppo is really holding a candle to Zoro or Killer. So
no.
But at the same time, I think it's because Law is just so broken. He's just like
he doesn't need.
He's really just a one-man army.
Mm-hmm.
If we're being real,
and then if his hockey ever blooms like crazy, it's over.
Yeah, the anime even acknowledges it. They have Luffy say, "Your power is broken. It's not fair." So it's like a fourth wall break where it's like Oda's like, "Yeah, I have to limit Law's crew. He's ridiculous." But yeah, so moving on to the Kaido sequence. I don't know what's up with Kaido. I don't know if Oda is just enjoying drawing Kaido in his different forms, but Kaido.
Yeah, he's just switching back and forth.
just it's like, is he bored? Is he just like, I want to be a dragon?
Oda brought him from dragon to hybrid real quick. But he respects Yamato because he didn't go to hybrid for the scabbards. He went to hybrid for Yamato.
Okay. So
respect.
Twitter's been calling Oda trash for that. I don't, because they said like, okay, why did he go instantly to hybrid
Respect. That's what it
for
is.
Yamato, but not for Odin? That's plot. He couldn't show off hybrid yet. That's the
what.
only
Okay,
reason.
yeah.
That's
See,
the only reason.
the Odin thing, it's like it's a flashback. You have to accept that, like, we don't know.
You just have to.
Yeah, we couldn't see. We don't like. I assume that there's moments of that battle that we didn't see. That, like, for example, when Kaido went to strike him, and when Odin died, when he went from Momonosuke, I assume in real, like, if that was actually Oda could go back and do that now, I feel like that's hybrid Kaido.
Yeah.
Like, in my head canon, I just assumed that was hybrid Kaido, even though people are gonna be like, but it's clearly regular Kaido. It's like, nah, don't be idiots. Like,
it's the same thing as Marineford. Everyone knows that half of these people are using hockey during Marineford.
Exactly.
We just don't get to see it.
It's wild looking back at pre-time skip One Piece and people doing shit. It's like, ooh, that's kind of hockey. Like,
I mean,
hockey's
did
here.
Did you see the meme of Crocodile where it was like Crocodile versus Luffy? Oh no, I'm wet. Crocodile any other time. Bring me Whitebeard. Shut up, Mihawk. Fight me, Doflamingo. Shut up, Sengoku. It's like, wait a minute. This is the same Crocodile who got beaten senseless by no hockey Luffy?
And he might have, like, he beat, like, the crazy thing is,
no gear Luffy?
Crocodile might have whooped Luffy's ass at Marineford if we gonna keep it a beat.
Like, did he get stronger by sitting in a cell? I mean, he didn't have freaking what was the prison that Kid and Luffy were at? That was,
Udon. He was at Impel Down.
Training there. You do not train in Impel Down.
You just chill.
Crocodile passively just got ridiculously stronger. Like, this dude, come on, man. So
yeah, you just gotta accept that, because you're right. That's no gear Luffy. That's crazy. That's crazy looking. Back.
So we got Kaido just jumping between forms for seemingly no reason, but it's hilarious.
Yamato got conquerors. Let's do it. Let's do it now.
Okay,
he got it. Give it. And I went back and looked at other panels. There is Black Lightning coming off of his club at other times.
Okay, and there was Black Lightning when Ulti headbutted Usopp. So they both got conquerors.
Damn, was there?
There was. I saw it today. I looked at it again because I want to give Yamato conquerors. I do, but I can't do it yet. I just can't. Fair. Not yet. I believe it. I do, but not yet.
He got it.
Not just because of Black Sparks, but to that point, so
it's going two ways too. It's not like it's just going one.
Right. So it's interesting. I'm not going to be too reactionary yet, but I do want to give it to her. I don't care, he, her, whatever. You know my opinion on that. Yeah, but 3 conquerors on the Straw Hats. That's broken, because we either about to break the mold, or at some point we're going to find out that Scopper also had conquerors. And I don't really want Scopper to have conquerors, honestly. But I do kind of want Yamato to have conquerors. But then that dynamic. What does that mean for Sanji, though?
Are we gonna play semantics here? Because Roger technically already had 3. It just went. No, I'm not even counting him. It just didn't happen. It just didn't happen when we saw the crew, but you gotta count Shanks.
No, man.
Are we not gonna count it?
Shanks using conquerors as a kid.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he had it. I'm just saying he had.
Sure.
Roger had 3 on his crew.
We can count Shanks, but does Shanks go to Raftel? No.
No. Yeah. True. No.
Well,
he had Odin. Oh, he had Odin for a couple months.
Shit. Okay. That's fair. Because, I mean, Yamato calls herself Odin, and Odin is a bona fide Roger pirate and is a bona fide
white. He's both.
That's fair.
And that's why Yamato wants to go on Odin's crew, go on Luffy's crew, because he thinks he's Odin. So, like,
that's a point. That's a point for Yamato having conquerors, then. That's a point.
He's the mirror. Yamato's the mirror of Odin.
But then, what's that mean for the fan who like Monster Trio, I don't give a damn.
It's okay because I view it as you still had the Monster Trio and Roger's crew. It was always Scopper, Rayleigh, and Roger. It just so happened that Odin was a pinch hitter. We just got a pinch hitter in Yamato. It's okay. Even though technically Jinbei is supposed to be the pinch hitter, but I really digress with that one.
I mean, Roger had a Fishman too, so
true.
Although it's also kind of weird that Jinbei's never referenced that Fishman.
Jinbei
seems to know every Fishman and Jinbei.
Not knowing that, we don't know who that guy is.
We have no idea who he is, but he seems strong.
And no tie to Fisher Tiger, who was supposedly the strongest Fishman pie. Great. We're in the weeds today, but a lot of good stuff came out of the weeds today. That's a good point. We
kind of had to be in the weeds because this is kind of a straightforward chapter.
Yeah, that's why we had to dive a little deeper because you're absolutely right. This is kind of a butt chapter.
To counter the Conqueror's hockey, she doesn't have Rio because she couldn't take the shackles off by herself. So I'm not saying that you have to have Rio to have Conquerors because obviously,
but it helps to have It helps to do you got to be able to.
So it's like, and
good point.
You know that,
good counter right there. That was a good one.
But then at the same time, to go back to Yamato being impressive, we haven't seen it yet, but I low-key feel like Yamato probably has some hockey drip off her club. I'm not saying it's the same as Kaido's, but I feel like she probably has a little trail coming off her club. So it's like, okay, so
and to counter that one, we always talk about the fact that swordsmen and people who use weapons are more
proficient at Rio.
And at using the Conqueror stuff because they do it with their weapons anyway. Just because Zoro used the Conqueror slash and didn't know it. I don't know if Zoro could have took those cuffs off of Yamato either. You have to be conscious at doing that.
Yeah.
So Yamato might be doing all of this unconsciously. And I know that's a stretch, but
it's not really even a stretch though, because then you can talk about application. Luffy specifically learned how to use Rio to take off the handcuffs, which is an application that Rayleigh knew.
He was using it specifically like that, and because he knew how Rayleigh did it. They don't know what they're doing. They just think we're just hockeying our blade.
Rio, and he couldn't do it either. So it's you are talking about application. I mean, he is a Rio master, and he didn't take off the shackles.
Yep.
This is kind of sad for Odin because I said why didn't Odin just fight Kaido at the execution? He just had shackles on, so he gave his blades to Toki. So it's you let him keep his blades in prison so that he can hand them to Toki. So if he wanted to, he's obviously a master of Rio, so he could have just taken the shackles off, cut down the cage, and been like, yo, run me my ones again, Kaido.
More reason to say why Yamato and Odin are similar. Maybe Odin couldn't do that. And maybe that just goes back to how Luffy's just special.
Right. So maybe it's just application where, Odin, Yamato, and Zoro are proficient with Rio.
And you can even say maybe
in that way.
You can even maybe say Rayleigh at some point in his age, because you also have to think Rayleigh's an old man who knows does Rayleigh we see in that flashback can do that?
I give him that because he blocked Marco with a finger.
True. But that's just me. That's just me explaining.
Rayleigh is also a plot device. He's a living, walking plot device. He can do anything in the entire show except use a devil fruit.
And that's just to make it to where the taking off the cuffs isn't an easy anybody who can do this can do that.
Right. So I don't know. There's also
that's a great point. Odin definitely could have broke free at any point in time if he wanted. Maybe he thought it was futile because he didn't think he could beat Kaido, but see, I don't know. That's a great point.
If we're talking about power scaling, it seemed like Kaido was in worse shape than Odin as far as I was concerned. Kaido had all those bandages on him. He's still talking about the scar aches. Odin never was talking about, oh yeah, my body hurts from getting hit in the head. So I mean, of course, we're reading into the weeds here, but still. But
do you like Yamato for Nakama? Because straight up, it's I'm sailing with you. I'm sailing with you, Luffy. It's going down.
I'm very happy with this. This again, even though I do believe that eventually Yamato is going to drop this whole Odin stick, it is still emulating Odin here because Odin said, "Let me ride amongst your ship." Like, he did not get recruited. He basically said, "I'm joining you." And Yamato didn't
Similar
really get recruited.
situations.
He just said, "I'm joining Luffy." So it's definitely still emulating Odin here.
Also emulating Odin
nice.
because Odin was trapped in Wano his whole life. So was Yamato.
Right. So that's nice. So Kaido kind of is like impertinent child, you got your cuffs off and you think you can leave. And it's kind of interesting because it's like, well, like if Yamato didn't want to face Kaido and she just took the cuffs off after Luffy freed her and she just wanted to leave, like, was Kaido going to be able to stop her? No. So, I mean, it is interesting there. But I am glad that we finally get to see Kaido in his dragon form so that we can see the full, scar, because we haven't been able to see the scar in recent chapters. So we see that portion of the X has been extended by Zoro. Yamato straight up admits, yeah, I know I can't beat you, but I can definitely stall you until Luffy gets here. And to the point that we were talking about before, Kaido's a savage. So he's straight up like, well, don't think I'm gonna take it easy on you. But before we get there,
I was about to say, don't skip the I don't think I'm leaving anywhere.
We're not, because I'm here because it's Wano. So
again, and that's after Yamato says we're gonna drive you out, and he's like,
right,
I'm not going nowhere. To beat me, you gotta kill me.
Right. So this goes to the point. So we have Sengoku before Wano talking to Sakazuki saying there's something special about Wano. Every big name, every big shot has been to Wano at some point. Kaido is now acknowledging, I'm here because it's Wano. People have speculated that Onigashima used to be God Valley and that perhaps Kaido picked up that island and brought it to Wano. There's all kind of possibilities here, but Wano is special. And so Luffy doesn't really kill his enemies. Having the Marines come and capture Kaido means absolutely nothing. So Kaido's not leaving, which means he has to get murked. And if that's the case, then I see a Yamato, Luffy, Zoro, or maybe, if Kaido beats the crap out of his daughter/son, then maybe just Luffy and Zoro. But I see Luffy knocking Kaido out and Zoro being like, I'm going to end this. I'm going to take his head. Similar to the Punk Hazard Dragon. So
ZKK got a big boost this week.
That's how I'm feeling. But again, Yamato straight up says Luffy is the man Kazuki Odin was waiting for. Never did I really think that like Zoro was the man specifically that Kazuki Odin was looking for, but he is the one who's going to finish what Odin started. Luffy is Joy Boy. So Luffy is who Odin is waiting for, but I think Zoro is going to complete Odin's task by, taking Kaido's head. The phrase has been used way too much. The anime reiterated that because, ironically enough, Kid is the one saying, I'm going to take Kaido's head, and he ain't did shit to Kaido yet.
I can see Kid. Funny enough,
Punk Gibson. Punk Gibson. He's a WWE wrestler.
I could see him getting it at post the death. That's what I was going to say to put on his ship.
I tweeted this before. I tweeted this a long time ago. I said, Zoro will hand Kaido's head to Kid so he can mount it on his ship after getting his credit. He's going to take his picture and be like, yo, my new bounty poster, this is Kaido's head. All right, I don't need this anymore. Kid, you can take this. Mount it on your ship. Whatever. Don't care. That's what's happening, though. Yamato is hilarious because, I feel like there's no love lost here. So, if Yamato sees, his father's head roll, all right, cool.
Whatever. Kaido sucks.
2-week break. Yamato's mom, because I know she's a baddie.
2-week break. When we come back, Yamato Kaido flashback, or we get
2-week break. No,
it's a 2-week break. Yeah, we got a 2-week break. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh, I didn't read that part. I didn't. I just read it. No.
Yep, 2-week break. So with that being said, does that mean when we come back, we're getting into straw hat fights, or we're going into flashback?
We're getting Yamato and Kaido.
It's flashback?
Flashback time.
When does Act 3 fucking end, bro?
God.
I thought Act 3 would have ended before the flashback time.
Wait, hold on. The only possible things we can get at this point is Sanji versus Queen,
Straw Hat
Yamato
fights.
versus Kaido. I don't think we're gonna get Inu versus Jack. I don't think we're
Sasaki versus Frankie. We can start getting into those.
Are we even going to get into those though? I mean, Oda has skipped over every non-roof piece fight thus far. For the
I think
most
he's
part.
waiting to blow it up when like main fight time. I think we're gonna see it.
I mean, it'd be cool, but at this point, can Frankie and Jinbei even hold down a chapter? Like honestly, hype-wise, do we even?
I say
care
Jinbei
as
can't.
much now? Do we care as much now?
I'm just saying we spent this whole time worried about Nami and Usopp. If that had been Robin and Brooke, if that had been Sasaki and Frankie, if that had been Jinbei, I'd have been more pleased. Only reason why I'm pleased is because Usopp's a killer. That's like we've been with them for weeks now. Weeks.
I can see it. I'd love to see what.
Then we were with Chopper before that. Like we just got through the weakling
barely
bunch.
Though. We saw Chopper slap Queen and then
get another
a couple of panels.
We got the Caesar flashback. Like Chopper got a flashback, dog.
I'm gonna get a flashback from the revolution. Who trained during the Revolutionary Army and where? Okay, well, yeah, she. She does have maybe yeah.
And then if Sasaki ties back to the C train like we think, incoming Frankie sadness. Thinking about
wait. How does Sasaki?
Did you not hear that theory? He has green hair just like Kokoro. People think he's Kokoro's son. Think about his hat. It's a C. It looks like a conductor's hat. Go look at the piece inside. I thought, damn, we never talked about this. Go look at side
like the fishman and he's a mermaid.
Yep. I just blew his mind. I can't believe we've never talked about this. Yeah, no, go look at the I didn't make this theory up anyway. Like this has been like something that's been on Twitter for a while. Go look up his the symbol on his hat. It looks similar to hers. And who was the little girl's dad? They think it's Sasuke. Because that was Kokoro's granddaughter. That wasn't her daughter. Live reaction of blowing his mind. I love it. That's why I think Frankie can hold his own.
That's interesting. I like that. Okay.
Got you. There we go.
Okay. I'm still hurt over this 2-week break because I read next chapter instead of reading break next week, and it didn't even click that June 27th. It's not next week.
Yep, 2 weeks away. Sad times at the El Royale. If anybody's ever seen that movie, Bad Times at the El Royale. Really good one too, by the way. But that's pretty much it, Christian, this week, man.
Man, that really, man. Come on. Oh.
I just got Christian sad. This is a live reaction. This is funny.
JJK's on break.
Oh, JJK's on hiatus for a month.
Yeah, straight up hiatus, but not Hunter and Hunter.
Yeah, he just said it was a month. But I don't know how Gagey knows it's a month, and he'll be better.
I think he's just giving himself a month. Wait, yeah, I think, yeah. I don't know. Hey,
at least we got My Hero next week, and Black Clover comes back. So
I was mad that Black Clover was on break.
Same.
I'm still.
But we get Undead Unluck next week too. Fire, and then Kaiju number 8's coming back.
That's Kaiju. Oh, I'm so hurt. I knew there was going to be a break for Kaiju number 8 coming up, and I read the EX chapter today, and I was just like,
oh, I opened it the other day, and I was pissed. I was like, oh, they got me.
All these breaks, man. Okay.
This means that we're either gonna give them like a theory discussion video next week, or
I'm cool with that. I'm just saying, geez.
Or we're jumping into Alabaster review. See,
which we're like 2 months behind or something on, like our last. God,
because we've been reviewing chapters and then we gave a couple open discussions. Chapters been rolling, so can't be mad at a break. Give Oda some time.
Give it some time. Yep, I'm definitely not complaining about that, especially for health reasons. Definitely want to see the end of One Piece since we can't really get the end of Berserk.
Yep.
That's one of my biggest fears, is that I'm not even
it goes both ways.
Verbalize it.
I'm with you. I can say it because we've talked about this in the Discord. One or two things: if either I die or Oda dies, it's gonna be a sad day.
It's gonna have to be the Fire Festival. You're gonna have to be reading One Piece from up there, man, talking about, jeez,
yikes, trash.
Golly, man.
But Christian, tell the people where they can follow you on social media.
Man, on Twitter, it's Hollinger94. Graphic content is Design Season LLC on Instagram and Twitter. So that's where I'm at. We're on freaking break, so I'm hurt, man.
Make sure y'all go follow Christian. Like I said, we're gonna give you some One Piece content in some form next week. Also gonna start. We were supposed to start the Undead Unluck review, but it makes sense to start it next week because we're starting a new arc. So we're just gonna wait, and we'll talk about the end of summer. For those who don't know what that means, sorry, but for those who do, you understand. We'll talk about the end of that, the last arc, in the next arc review. But I just figured, we're about to start a new arc anyway.
The latest 3 chapters can all be handled in a chapter review anyway.
Facts.
It's all, Master Shin versus, his students anyway.
Facts. So we'll talk all of that next week. And then, like I said, either the Alabaster review or we'll do an open discussion with the Discord peeps. One of the two will be next week. So be on the lookout for that. But make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. And until then, we'll talk to you soon. Peace.